Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Formula One 2021. And we are getting ready for the Belgian Grand Prix. We're going to Spa, not to a spa, which would certainly be nice. I could use it. But yeah, we have a press interview in a couple of days and then the season break. So that should give us enough time to build some backup parts for our worn components. As far as activities go, we can fill the third with some driver promotion filming. That'll give us a little bit more acclaim. All right, looking at our engine, that's where we had a lot of problems last time with the ICE. So let's go ahead and bolt a new engine in, and we will go ahead and, let's see, additional component will result in a grid loss. So yeah, we need to actually get an engine ready to go. We're doing decent enough on the motor generator unit. It's 38% wear. Yeah, I don't want to put a new one on just yet, but we do have a brand new one in the bank. We also have a 31% motor generator heat and a brand new one in stock. Our energy store is 38% damage, and we're going to need another one for sure. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and take all those penalties, getting ourselves ready for another one. And looking at the turbocharger, okay, so it looks like we're at 24% and we don't have another one in the bank. Let's go ahead and order another one. And the control electronics at 18%, we will ride there. Also looking at our facilities, we have $6 million in the bank. I think we should start working on our facility itself. So let's make aerodynamic fabrication, $2.2 million there. That'll be ready on the 22nd of August. And $2.2 million for the chassis. So let's go ahead and do that. That leaves us with $1.5 million. In development in our aero center is the streamlined suspension arms. That's going to be ready in a month. We do have a new engine cover, however. So that is awesome for the chassis. We can look at something else. So we have the monocoque for 1080 at a 4% reduction. We also have some roll dampers that are reduced at 532. So that will be ready after Belgium. So we will do that for a month. As far as the powertrain, we have a brand new ignition system, which is cool. There's a 24% reduction on pistons. So let's go ahead and do that. That will be ready on the 2nd of September as well. And durability-wise, let's take a look at the control electronics improved materials to try to get that durability up. That's going to be ready after the 3rd of September, so a long development time there. And we can spend some money on ourselves, so some media coaching for $225,000. That will help us answer some more difficult questions. Engine wear reduced by 10% for power mapping, sure. Let's get a social media team for $275 and development feedback, resource point income increase. So a nice bit of spending there to help us out in the long run. So let's go ahead and advance the time. We'll get our promotion filming done and get ready for our press interview at the team headquarters.
Well, it's great to be back at your headquarters, and I've got to say, an awful lot's changed since we were last here. Let's dive in with some questions. We've seen ex-driver Lucas Weber has been spending quite a lot of time with your team recently. We understand he's been working as some kind of consultant. What's that been like?
Oh, we're fans of Weber. Having him share his expertise has been a real game changer for the team.
Your facilities here are looking a little dated compared to other teams. Is there a reason for that?
Let's see, yeah, we're actually building some new stuff, but that's not an option. So we have to be sure that our investments reflect on-track performance.
Your wind tunnel is looking very impressive. Have you been focusing a lot of your development capacity there?
Crap, we needed another media point. We're investing, but we're investing in all areas. We need a balanced car.
It looks like you have a lot of new equipment at your chassis fabrication plant. Have you been investing heavily in it?
This investment should help with a weakness that we are aware of.
Things haven't quite been going your way this season. Are you going to be able to turn the team around?
Let's see, once we fix our shortcoming with, reliability. No, reliability hasn't been a thing. Let's just say I would say the chassis.
It's been wonderful to spend some time with you. Best of luck out on track.
Our cash is getting pretty low. We may need to shut down facilities for a while to cut down our running costs.
Nope, we're good. So advance time, and we can start the season break. There isn't another race. We'll be closing down the HQ until the next race weekend. So a 20-day break before the Belgian Grand Prix. So we've got 5 days to spend. GeForce training, sponsor events. Yeah, we'll boost our team acclaim up a bit. And in the second spot, powertrain morale booster. Sure, looks good. All right, before Belgium, the general maintenance wear has been completed. Looks like qualifying might be a little bit wet to start and really wet to end. Race looks nice and clear, though, maybe raining towards the end of it. They've finished a new upgrade package for our power unit. Nice, so Honda doing the work for us as well. Let's get free practice 1 done and see where we stack up. All right, so we ended up 14th on the first practice. We got the track acclimatization and the tire management programs all done. All we have to do is a race program at a 150.2. Fastest was a 146.9 by Sergio Perez, but we're going to be working on our race strategy in free practice 2. Oh, and of course we start free practice 2 with a fault.
Seems like something's off with the fuel injection system. We're looking into it, but we're going to be out of action for a few minutes.
Didn't we upgrade our fuel injectors? I don't know, could be new parts, but it's looking awful dark out there. Let's see if this thing's gonna rain. So fulfilling all the requirements of our race strategy in practice 2, we came across the line in 10th. Certainly not going to complain about that. Looking back at Nobuharu, he is back a few seconds behind us, 3 seconds behind us on the mediums, and I think we are going to skip free practice 3 since all of our programs are done, and I'll see you for qualifying 1. All right, there is our practice program, 7 development boosts. We got a lot of points, 1,300, and 7 research and development points. Let's see what kind of reductions we get. Fuel efficiency gets knocked off a few more, down to 21. The reliability testing down to 19, and MGUK gets another reduction. Looking at the fuel efficiency, that should get knocked down, nice, to 17. Gearbox reliability down to 20. And reliability testing for the energy stored down 15%. And nice, big reduction, down half off on the magnetic compound. That's what I like to see. And Nobuharu is, yeah, there we go, driver acclaim level 8. And almost to team acclaim level 12. I think after this race, we got a good shot at it. All right, good news, everyone. We have made it into qualifying 2 with a 147.2 just ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Nobuharu, though, bringing up shotgun on the field dead last. But we'll see if we can get into Q3. Probably not, but it's only 2/10 off at this point. Anything's possible. So at the end of qualifying 2, we are in very solid, only 4/10 off of Valtteri Bottas. So that isn't bad at all. Yeah, let's see what we can do for Q3. So it decided to rain, and that possibly screwed any opportunity for us climbing out of 10th. I was sliding around like crazy, but let's see what the race holds for us.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Hey, Claire.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
Yeah, the car feels fantastic. We will be able to carry this through the race.
How do you think this team will be feeling after that result?
I think they worked hard. No one can fault their effort.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Claire. So that's 2 questions answered, halfway to our weekly bonus. And yeah, we out-qualified Esteban, so more points for us as far as our rivalry is concerned, and we are just barely under Team Acclaim 12.
Welcome along then to the Belgian Grand Prix, the race that gave us the maiden victory for the Jordan team in 1998. And in the same team, the phenomenal debut of a young Michael Schumacher. There's always something special around one of the many corners of this fan-favourite circuit. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we discuss McLaren? What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Sergio Perez will lead us away from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo and Leclerc, Tsunoda, Sainz, Gasly and the Tigris, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Russell, Lance Stroll and Esteban Ocon, Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin and Nobuharu Matsushita. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
So race strategy is going to be starting 5 laps on softs and 6 laps on mediums, and it's going to cloud up towards the end of the race. So let's go ahead and do that. And yeah, we should be okay. All right, let's start the race here. Spa is a fun racetrack. Looking forward to it, and lights out. Good launch behind the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz, and we're going to funnel into the first turn. Get that launch on the outside, try to make the move 3 wide under the Ferraris, no dice. And we'll just draft on up the hill. Good run to the inside, there we go, got a twofer. And settling in behind Ricciardo in front of the Ferraris. I imagine the tow is going to be huge. Here we go. Nope, Danny Rick is going for the pass or the defend. Right on that rear bumper. And good launch off. Hopefully we can start to gap these guys just a bit. I want to stay in the draft of these McLarens as much as possible. Lap 3 up the hill, still holding position. The car is feeling really loose at the top of the hill, but we have a train behind us for sure. We'll try to hold them off as best we can. And it looks like Esteban is out of the race, so that's going to help our rivalry for sure. So a DNF for Esteban, we just need to keep our wits about us here. All right, Tsunoda's still behind us. We are coming in for our pit stop this time for our mediums. We'll see how many of them decide to join us here. All right, down to pit road, back to pit road speed, and we do have a few cars behind us there. It looks like maybe the Ferrari. The McLarens in front of us are already doing their stop, and this will be for medium tires, so we'll see where we cycle through here. All right, clutch in, RPM, go.
Go now.
All right, we beat the Ferraris off the line.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
And hammer down, let's go, boys. Yeah, we got off a pit road much better than the Ferraris for sure. So let's see where we cycle out now on these fresh mediums. All right, lap 7. We have Leclerc and Verstappen behind us. Pair of very fast race cars. It's going to be tough to keep them behind, but we will do what we can and let the rest of these guys cycle through.
There's been an incident on track, but officials aren't looking to push for a safety car right now. Just be careful.
All right, I don't think that's in front of us. So we'll keep on keeping on. Leclerc got by, but we are holding up Max. I can't imagine he is too happy, but we're doing what we can to be in the points, running in 7th. Not a bad day so far.
There's been an incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
Oh, big wreck, Leclerc around.
Okay, clear.
So I don't know what that was all about. There was debris, and then Leclerc went completely around. I'm sure Charles is, oh, I'm so stupid. I don't know, but we're not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. So I don't know what happened to Verstappen, but he dropped like a rock after the last chicane, so sitting pretty in 6th in front of Gasly. So one
This is your
lap to go.
Final lap of the race.
Sponsored by Credit One Bank and all that good stuff, so it's just Gasly behind us by 2 seconds. So I think we're okay to ride just a bit. We don't have to worry about getting caught up by DRS or any of that such business. So let's just bring this thing home and see if we can get a 6th out of this.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
So Perez with the fastest lap coming through the last chicane. We should be able to hang on here. Power. And there we go.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
So a 6th place for us, certainly not bad. And Spa has been fun. Yep. Driver of the day, wouldn't expect anything less. That was a fun race, and we were actually competitive.
They could pull off the win here at Spa-Francorchamps, but they've done so in spectacular style. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
So Sergio Perez taking the top step, surrounded by Mercedes, Valtteri in 2nd, and Lewis Hamilton in 3rd. And let's see what that does for our driver's standing, shall we? So Nobuharu ends up 20th. Esteban Ocon with a DNF. Max Verstappen dropped back. Looks like he had the fastest lap of the day. Maybe he took on soft tires for the fastest lap bonus, who knows? But we come across in 6th. So in driver's standings, we are still in 12th, but only 1 point behind Yuki Tsunoda and only 3 points behind Sebastian Vettel, only 8 points behind Pierre Gasly. So we might be able to leap up to 9th with a couple more races like the one we just had. The constructor, however, that might be a little bit more difficult. We're 16 clear of Alpine, no worries there, but we have, 7 points to catch up to Aston Martin. So let's take a look at the start of the race. We were right behind the pair of Ferraris, and we got a nice twofer on that long straightaway. So it all came down to setting them up right here, looking to the inside, following them both through, tucked up nice and close. And then once we got that run, looking to the inside, maybe cut the track just a bit, but 3 wide behind and making the most of it. And Esteban on lap 4, really slow, going down that long straightaway, pulls it over. So Esteban with some engine issues, there it goes, grenaded, and that ended his day. Lap 9, Charles Leclerc, after that long straightaway, goes to that right-hander and just kicks it out. And then we go by on the outside, a little contact with Max. That may be why he had to pit a second time. And indeed, here comes Max that same lap, and it does look like perhaps that contact hurt him a lot more than it hurt us.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours.
Hey, Claire.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Let's see. Our engineers did a fantastic job with the power unit. This track is all about that power.
You're surpassing all expectations. Can anything or anyone stop you?
With this aero package, I don't think so. No, wait, with this team behind me, I don't think so.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Thank you, Claire. Did you see those white tires on the left-hand side? All right, so Esteban rivalry breakdown +4. So we didn't get the podium, but we were faster. Lots of acclaim with 4 races to go. We might get that 1,600 extra. And indeed, we will be crossing the Team Acclaim 12 level, and hopefully by a large margin here. 12 1/4, that's what I'm talking about. And I think only 3 more levels to go before we get our third sponsor. And there is our 514,000 for answering old Claire. So 24,000 in damage, 25 for Nobuharu. So 51,000 bucks. We're up to 2.7 million after that big spend. So we are back at the facility getting ready for the Dutch Grand Prix in what, 2 days? Holy crap, that is a quick turnaround. So yeah, we'll be filling up our activities to sustain the day, and we do have worn out parts. So looking at that vehicle, so we are at 16% on the engine, 51% on the generator unit, 43% on the heat unit, 52 on the energy store, 39 on the turbo, and 36 on the control electronics. So hopefully we'll be able to get some extra parts here produced after the Netherlands. And looking at our gearbox, so our gearbox at 4 out of 6, so we have to run it for 2 more races, and our practice gearbox is looking a little shady. I don't know if we can, yeah, let's order a new practice gearbox here. Hopefully it'll be fitted before then, but we have to run this one for 2 more races, so that's all well and good. And it looks like our suspension arms, roll dampers, and pistons will all be done that day. I don't know if they're going to be fitted on the car, but that would be cool if they did. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you at Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. Take care.